Hello out there.
Are we live?
We're live.
We're live?
We're live, Deb. We're live.
Welcome to Keep It Real with Grace and Debbie. I'm Debbie.
I'm Grace.
And we're two women in our prime, rebranding middle age. Well, we're going to jump right in today because our guest is a busy man. He's busy helping others, and he's busy helping them with an issue that we know a lot of you guys are dealing with, as well as Grace and I. And that is the post-COVID hair loss. Right, Grace?
It's happening, you guys.
It's scary when it happens, and I don't know, well, I do know about you. We've talked about this. Mine happened almost 3 months to the day after COVID. And you know, it's scary. Your hair comes out in handfuls. And you know, you fight the COVID, you beat the COVID, you think you're recovering, and 3 months later, your hair falls out.
Your hair falls out. That's what happened, exactly what happened to me. 3 months to the day. And I remember reading something about it, and my strands were like this long and probably like this big around. And I stood there in the shower and went, oh my gosh, I couldn't figure it out. So we're blessed. We have these good friends in our life.
We are. So we decided to call the expert. And he is a compounding pharmacist. He's the owner of the IHC, which is the Integrative Hormone Center and Pharmacy, as well as the Happy Hormone Cottage here in Centerville, Ohio. Welcome, Jeff Hogrefe. Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, first of all. I know it's a busy time for you. Well, you're always busy.
Right.
For joining us today. So, you know my story for sure. And he does. And it was, and I've told this story a lot, and my friends know that I reached out to Jeff and wanted to know what was going on and what we could do. So, please explain to everyone else also how you explain to me what is actually going on in my body and maybe other people's body during this post-COVID shedding.
Right. So it's all kind of new to us at the moment. But what we're dealing with is an immune response to the COVID. Okay. And we have to think about COVID as a virus we've never seen before. You know, you think about every year you get the cold, right?
Right.
And our bodies over the years have seen the cold every single year, so we're used to dealing with, our immune system's used to dealing with the cold virus. So here comes along the COVID virus, and we've never seen this before. So now your immune system has to adjust to this new virus and figure out and learn this virus, memorize this virus, and learn to fight the virus. And so we have a very complex system and a very complex balance of our immune system to kind of fight the virus. And what we find out is that you have a first response with the virus, and that's very vitamin D mediated. So we are always telling people to take a lot of vitamin D so that you can start fighting that first response. The second response is what's killing people, because that's a really aggressive immune response. It's also causing a lot of these other weird issues that we're starting to see, and hair loss is one of this. Okay, so what we've got with the COVID virus is we've got something we've never seen before. We have a really upregulated immune system. So now that the task at hand is to figure out how to bring your immune system back down to normal so it's not being triggered so much. So everything of the strategies that we started to do was to tell your immune system to chill.
Yeah.
Just
calm down.
Calm down, all right? And so conventional medicine doesn't get this yet. I think because they're waiting to see all the data and clinical trials and stuff like that, but women aren't willing to wait for all that.
Yeah.
Okay? You know,
No.
you start losing hair, it's very important to women. We get that. And so our strategy was like, what do we know about the immune system? What do we know that works to modulate or regulate the immune system? So that's what we're doing. So we're doing a trio of certain things. One is a supplement called Moducare, and then the other two are medications that we compound. One is low-dose naltrexone, and one is a peptide therapy that we do. And the whole point of this, if we can bring your immune system down and bring it back into a normal function, then you start regaining your hair. Okay. The reality is you will grow your hair back with this.
It
okay?
will come back.
It will come back. That's the reality of it, but we're not always willing to wait to see what happens with this.
I know I did exactly, I mean, that's exactly what Jeff, how he directed me. And he actually was kind enough, they were on vacation in Sanibel. He said, just don't worry when we get back, we'll attack this. And I did the peptide therapy,
Mm-hmm.
and they were injections. And trust me, I'm not a shot girl, even though I have kids in my family that have to do them every day. But it was piece of cake. It was a piece of cake, no big deal at all. And I did that for it was a little over 21 days, and then of course the Moducare, and I had been on it anyway, and so we raised my dose, and it worked. I mean, my shedding, I was freaking out how much was coming out, and it totally. Once I got through the therapy, I was like, okay. I was washing my hair, going, okay, I don't see all the hair anymore in the drain. I don't see all the hair, you know. So now I'm just in the process of my hair's starting to come back, and I know
little sprouts.
Yeah, I got little sprouts. And that's going to take time. But at least now I know I'm not shedding so much of it and losing so much of it.
Right, you've fixed the immune system basically. And to add to that, you do not have to do the injectable. We now have oral products that will work too. So you don't have to worry about the needles.
I always think, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was a piece of cake.
Sure.
Well, Jeff, we know that there are other reasons for hair loss as
Right.
well. Stress, hormones. Tell us a
Sure.
little bit
So
about
that's one of the big players because we deal mostly with women, and so we started doing hormones and hot flashes and night sweats and stuff like that. But as you go through the process, women have other issues that we really want to address, and so we started dealing with cortisol and stress hormone and sleep and energy, and then we started dealing with thyroid and those things that go along with the thyroid. And so now it's a matter of what else are women looking for, and hair loss is a big one, and there haven't been a lot of great solutions around hair loss from what I've seen. And so there's been some revolutionary changes in terms of what we can do in terms of identifying hair loss and what we can do about it. And so it's kind of been something that we've gotten much better at with hair loss. And so when we're talking hair loss, we're always starting, of course, with hormones, and we're making sure that your hormones are balanced right. And then we're looking at cortisol and seeing how your stress is. And then we're looking at thyroid and making sure that you have optimal thyroid levels, okay? And then beyond that, then we start looking nutritionally, okay? And so we start looking at the supplements that will help thyroid function, the supplements that will help hair growth. And so that gets into vitamin D, that gets into omega-3s, that gets into collagen products and stuff like that. And if you go online and start reading about COVID hair loss, this is the things that they're recommending, right? And that's great for just normal hair loss, but it's not specific enough for COVID. So anyway, with normal hair loss, these are important components of this. All right, and then you kind of dig a little deeper with hair loss. And so we've been doing genetic testing for the last 2 years. And one of the companies that we work with genetic testing has come up with a genetic test very specific to hair loss. Okay.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
And I'm like, all right, this is really cool. So this came out about a year ago, and this is the kit right here. It's called the Trico kit. Right there, and it's looking at about 35 genes and related to the reasons why you might lose your hair. And there's about 5 or 6 good reasons why you would lose your hair. And so this is looking at the genes specific to these biochemical processes that might happen to lose your hair. So when you start doing this, you can start pinpointing as to why, Grace, you might be losing hair, or Debbie, you might be losing your hair, or why I lost my hair. Okay, so I was patient number 1 to do this. All right.
It's working.
It was a little late in the game, as you can see here, but when I did my results, I was astounded by what it told me. And it basically told me that all the stuff I'd done in the past genetically was not the right answer for me.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And that's it. You can waste a lot of money
Right.
trying to get all these things
Yes.
that you're reading about, and it takes months to. You got to use this for 4 or 5 months, and then you find out that wasn't even
Right.
Right. So you can eliminate what
Right.
doesn't
what
work.
your solution
And
was.
I knew that
Right.
because I did those things for
Right.
years and
Right.
years and years and years without much success. But it did point out some of the things that I could do and some of the medications that would work topically. And sure enough, within the last 7 or 8 months, I've really seen I'm starting to grow hair again, and that's kind of nice. And what I like about this test specifically is that everybody we do has different results. It's not one size fits all. Everyone has their own story about their hair loss, and then everyone has their own kind of therapies around the hair loss. And so when people say, how does it work? I say, it's 100%, because it's really looking at your genetics and determining what's the best strategy for you. So very excited about this because it's an answer that I think a lot of people have been looking for a long time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and it's right here in Dayton, Ohio, which is
And-
pretty cool.
Individualized care. You don't get that everywhere.
No.
That's right.
This is wonderful.
Yes, it's data. It's good data, and you can do something with it. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, we have a question that we
Yes.
ask all of our guests, and we know you see a lot of people, customers. How do you see yourself and others rebranding middle age?
So rebranding middle age is a great question, by the way. Thanks for giving me a little heads up so I can figure this out. But yeah, so my thing is this: vitality is everything, and maintaining your strength, maintaining your bone strength, maintaining your muscle strength, so that you can play golf when you're 85 years old.
Yeah.
That you can hike the mountains.
Hike the mountains.
You know, that you can
Yes.
get out and have a good quality of life throughout that. And we can do that now because we can focus on why we start to age and what breaks down in our bodies and how to reverse that. And so I think really that's kind of our focus here
Yeah,
is to say, hey, what do we do to keep you vital for the next 15, 20, 30 years of your life?
I love it.
Absolutely. Keep the joy.
Keep the joy.
Keep the joy.
Right?
Yep.
Well, you know, we always love to give things away here on Keep It Real with Grace and Debbie. So this is pretty cool and pretty exciting, and I kind of wish I could win. But Jeff has graciously donated a pretty cool giveaway. Jeff, why don't you explain to
Yes,
everybody
sure.
what you're going to give
So
away?
we are going to give away the Trico test itself.
I
All
wish
right.
I could. I
I
wish I
know.
could win that
So
one too.
I think it's great because not only you're doing the test, all right, but you're also, we're going to spend about an hour going over the results and come up with a strategy for you as well.
And that's
so,
all included in
You all included. So normally we charge $2.99 to do the
Yeah.
test and the review of that stuff. So
So it's like a
$300
$300
Thank
giveaway.
you.
that's right.
Jeff.
You know,
That's
we're-
amazing.
Awesome. That's awesome. So
That's
what
right.
do we do to enter to win?
So to enter to win, down in the comments below on Instagram and on Facebook, just type 3 letters. IHC for Integrative Hormone Center. IHC.
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much.
You're
Jeff.
welcome.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. But we, as we said, we'd love to give away. And last live, we aired on 2/22/22, and we said we're going to give away 2 gifts. So today we're going to draw 2 lucky winners, one from Instagram and one from Facebook.
Okay, hang
And
on.
each of our winners is going to receive a Keep It Real with Grace and Debbie coffee mug because we want you to wake up to our smiling faces in the morning.
You want to see us, don't you?
And a Starbucks gift card to fill that cup, as well as a rose quartz beautiful crystal, which represents love and compassion.
All right,
So,
this,
Jeff,
I have 2 bags. Go ahead.
thank you. We had so many
Oh, we
entries.
did.
Thank you all for entering. And to enter to win, all you had to do was tell us the name of our new website,
Right.
by the way, which is
GraceandDebbie.com.
So
This one is the Facebook
All right, this
winner.
is the Facebook.
Renee Kiger.
Woo! Congratulations, Renee!
Awesome. Renee's on
Okay,
a vacation right now, but I bet she's watching.
this is an Instagram winner.
Drum roll.
That's right, there it is.
The winner is
Ann Couch. Ah, congratulations, Ann. Wow, I know she's actually traveling too today.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, everybody's traveling
Well,
now.
we'll reach out, ladies,
Congratulations.
and we'll make arrangements to get these gifts to you. Congratulations.
Now, and we will draw the winner for today's giveaway, the Trico test, in not 1, but in 2 weeks on March 18th, when we will be meeting with a lady because of her love for reading her whole life, decided to author 2 books on her own that is now being sold on Amazon and different bookstores and is right here from Dayton, Ohio.
Awesome. So we can't wait till next time, but Jeff, we just want to say thank you
Very
so
welcome.
much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. We know you're a busy man. And shall we introduce Lynn? Lynn is
Sure.
standing right here.
Yes.
The dynamic duo,
Can you
ladies
see
and
that?
gentlemen.
Yeah, and I have to cut his little hair, so it's been quite stressful. We're not a barber, so not me. But
Thank you
You're
both
welcome.
for being here with us. Until next time,
Yeah.
remember, she's Grace.
She's Debbie.
Keep it real.
Bye. We got lots of hearts.
That was awesome.